The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco is a book about wealth creation that challenges traditional financial advice. The author argues that most of the strategies people follow to become rich are actually designed to keep them working for most of their lives rather than achieving true financial freedom. According to the book, society promotes a system where people exchange the majority of their time for money while hoping that decades of saving and investing will eventually make them wealthy. DeMarco believes this approach is flawed because it sacrifices the best years of life in exchange for the possibility of comfort in old age. Instead of accepting this slow path, he proposes a different approach that focuses on entrepreneurship, value creation, and scalable systems that can generate large amounts of income much faster. The author explains that people generally follow one of three financial roadmaps without realizing it. These roadmaps determine how individuals think about money, work, and life. The three paths are called the Sidewalk, the Slowlane, and the Fastlane. Each one represents a different mindset and produces very different financial outcomes. The Sidewalk represents people who have no structured plan for financial growth. Individuals living on the sidewalk tend to prioritize immediate pleasure and short-term satisfaction. Their mindset focuses on spending money rather than creating it. They often live paycheck to paycheck and rely on credit cards or loans to maintain their lifestyle. Instead of thinking about long-term stability, they prefer instant gratification. Many people on the sidewalk believe that wealth comes from luck or sudden opportunity, such as winning the lottery or inheriting money. Because they lack discipline and financial planning, they rarely accumulate assets. Their decisions are guided by emotions rather than strategy, which keeps them trapped in a cycle of consumption and financial instability. The sidewalk lifestyle is dangerous because it ignores the future entirely. When unexpected financial problems occur, individuals on this path have little protection or preparation. The slow lane is the financial path most commonly recommended by society. Parents, schools, and financial advisors often promote this roadmap as the responsible way to build wealth. The slow lane strategy involves getting a good education, securing a stable job, saving a portion of income, investing in retirement accounts, and waiting for compound interest to grow those investments over many decades. The central idea is that consistent saving combined with long-term investing will eventually lead to financial security. People following the slow lane usually work for 40 or 50 years before retiring. During that time, they slowly build a retirement fund that hopefully becomes large enough to support them later in life. While the slow lane can create stability, the author argues that it has major limitations. The biggest problem is time. Wealth in the slow lane grows extremely slowly because it depends on small contributions multiplied by compound interest over decades. This means individuals must sacrifice their youth and middle age to employment while waiting for retirement to finally enjoy financial freedom. Another limitation is that income in the slow lane is restricted by salary. No matter how hard someone works, their earnings are usually capped by the structure of their job. Promotions and raises may increase income gradually, but the growth is rarely dramatic enough to create extraordinary wealth. DeMarco also points out that the slow lane depends heavily on factors outside an individual's control. Stock markets fluctuate, economic conditions change, companies fail, and retirement systems evolve over time. Because of these uncertainties, people who follow the slow lane may discover that their retirement savings are not as secure as they expected. Additionally, working for decades without enjoying financial freedom can lead to burnout and dissatisfaction. Many people reach retirement age only to realize they no longer have the health, energy, or time to enjoy the wealth they spent their entire lives accumulating. The fast lane is presented as the alternative path. Unlike the slow lane, which focuses on slow accumulation, the fast lane focuses on rapid wealth creation through entrepreneurship and ownership. Fast lane thinkers recognize that time is the most valuable resource in life. Instead of trading time directly for money, they build systems that generate income independently of their daily labor. Businesses, digital platforms, software products, online services, and scalable companies are examples of fast lane vehicles. The key principle of the fast lane is value creation. Money flows toward individuals who create products or services that solve problems for large numbers of people. When someone builds something that significantly improves the lives of others, the market rewards that value with financial gain. The more people a product helps, the greater the potential income becomes. This is why scalability is so important. A person who serves 10 customers can only earn a limited amount of money, while someone who serves millions through technology or distribution networks can generate enormous wealth. Ownership plays a central role in the fast lane philosophy. Employees typically earn income only when they work, which means their earnings stop if they stop working. Entrepreneurs, however, Own assets that continue producing income even when they are not actively involved. These assets may include businesses, intellectual property, digital products, or automated systems. Ownership allows wealth to grow beyond the limits of personal labor. To help readers evaluate potential businesses, DeMarco introduces a framework known as the 5 Commandments. These principles describe the characteristics that successful fast-lane businesses must possess. The first commandment is control. An entrepreneur must control the source of their income. If another person or organization can easily change the rules, reduce profits, or eliminate opportunities, the business lacks stability. True financial independence requires owning and controlling the system that generates revenue. The second commandment is entry. Businesses that are extremely easy to start often attract massive competition. When everyone can enter a market quickly, profits shrink because too many people are offering similar services. Successful fast-lane businesses usually involve skills, innovation, or resources that create barriers to entry. These barriers reduce competition and allow entrepreneurs to maintain stronger market positions. The third commandment is need. A business must solve real problems for real people. Many entrepreneurs fail because they build products based on personal interest rather than genuine market demand. The most successful businesses focus on improving people's lives by saving time, reducing effort, providing convenience, or delivering entertainment. When a business meets a strong need, customers willingly pay for the solution. The fourth commandment is time. A business should eventually allow the owner to detach their personal time from income. If a business requires constant daily attention from the owner, it becomes another form of employment rather than a system of wealth. Automation, delegation, and structured processes enable businesses to operate efficiently even when the owner is not directly involved. The fifth commandment is scale. A business must have the ability to reach a large number of people. Scalability allows revenue to grow dramatically without requiring proportional increases in effort. Technology has made scaling easier than ever because digital products can be distributed globally at very low cost. Another important concept discussed in the book is the difference between consumption and production. Most people spend their lives consuming products created by others. They buy entertainment, technology, clothing, and services while earning income from employment. Fastlane thinkers shift their mindset toward production. Instead of asking what they can buy, they ask what they can create. By producing value rather than only consuming it, individuals position themselves to capture financial rewards from the marketplace. The author also emphasizes the importance of leverage. Leverage allows entrepreneurs to multiply their impact without multiplying their effort. Technology, automation, employees, and capital can all act as forms of leverage. When leveraged effectively, a small amount of work can produce large results. For example, a software developer may spend months building an application, but once the product is complete it can be sold to thousands or millions of users with minimal additional work. Risk is another topic addressed in the book. Many people believe entrepreneurship is too risky compared to traditional employment. DeMarco argues that relying entirely on a job can also be extremely risky. Companies can close, industries can decline, and layoffs can happen unexpectedly. By creating businesses and assets, individuals diversify their income sources and gain greater control over their financial future. The book also discusses the psychological transformation required to pursue the fast lane. Successful entrepreneurs develop a mindset focused on responsibility, creativity, and persistence. They understand that wealth creation requires effort, experimentation, and continuous learning. Instead of blaming external circumstances for failures, they analyze problems and search for better strategies. One of the most powerful themes in the book is the relationship between money and freedom. Wealth is not valuable simply because it allows people to buy luxury items. The real value of wealth is the freedom it provides. Financial independence allows individuals to control how they spend their time, where they live, and what kind of work they pursue. Instead of being forced to work for survival, financially free individuals can choose activities that align with their passions and values. DeMarco concludes that anyone who wants to achieve extraordinary wealth must reject the passive mindset encouraged by society. Instead of blindly following traditional financial advice, individuals should focus on building systems that create value for large numbers of people. Entrepreneurship, innovation, and scalability provide the fastest route to financial independence. By shifting from a consumer mindset to a producer mindset, people can dramatically change the trajectory of their lives. The central message of the Millionaire Fastlane is that wealth does not come primarily from saving money slowly over decades but from creating value at scale. When individuals build systems that serve large markets and operate independently of their time, they can achieve financial freedom much earlier than the traditional retirement path suggests. The fast lane is ultimately about designing a life where money works for you rather than requiring you to work endlessly for money.